Welcome to the December 2nd Jalen Zones production user call. We have Jan, Mark, Goran, Jamie, Daniel, Dan, Hazam, and myself, Michael, so far, and happy FreeBSD 15 release to all who celebrate. And the FreeBSD Foundation is somewhat crowdsourcing their 2026 fundraising plans, funding plans. And there is a great spreadsheet out there that well thought out projects should go to. And Mark has been experimenting with FreeBSD 15 and container images, finding that the minimum container images are missing some niceties like make and VI. Goran will report on his container fun when he's ready. We've been discussing these informally. I had a question about running Poudriere and FreeBSD base, and Jan gave some example syntax. Dan has an adventure with trying to resuscitate a system that has failing or intentionally flawed for testing purposes boot environments, and is experimenting with what you can do from the loader and what to do when you're stuck with a mountroot prompt only. And Jan's been working on Chelsea Nix and SRILV with VNet and jails. I look forward to all the good to come out of that. And Jan kindly dropped in the syntax to work with DHCP and devfs and BPF in jails. And Hazam, it sounds like you have been plotting out OCI support in Sylve, and you have an update based on your recent refactoring. Would you like the floor for a demo?
Yes, please.
Absolutely. I will stop sharing. And I'll take notes as you go.
Okay. Is my screen visible now?
It is now.
Okay. So this week I kind of took a hard look at jails and everything jails related.
That was
So
fantastic.
yeah, so now like as last week I mentioned, we have to kind of select a pool where everything lives. So for jails you can actually select which pool you want. So here we select Z-root, and we also support Linux jails now, like proper Linux jails.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, so here's Alpine's mini root FS, and you can kind of add. I've made some templates so that users don't have to mess around with this, and it just makes Alpine work. I'm pretty sure for Debian or something like that, it'll be pretty similar. And for networking, I made the regular bridges work with both Linux and FreeBSD jails, which was a pain to do, especially on Linux. But I think it's mostly a userland configuration stuff, so not much to do there. And then we support pretty much every lifecycle hook now within the UI, because I figured it's not easy for tweaking it without some kind of shell interaction at some point. And you can select what options you want. Like if you want to mount something like ZFS into jails, you can just select that here. Or if you really just want to go with something that's pre-made for you. So I made one for Linux here. These are all the options that Linux jails kind of need to work well, and that's that. So once you make it, oh yeah, another thing that I added was you can see that there's a yellow little icon here, which means you left something off. So hopefully, like if you go here and come back, those data will be still there. Otherwise, if you like forgot to download an ISO or like a rootfs or something like that, you have to kind of close it, and then you lose all your progress. So now it kind of just saves there, so you can use it later. And I'm really excited about this because like during our first few calls I mentioned like this was the end goal of what we needed to do, and now this is like properly running like Alpine, like the whole thing. And let's try installing fast fetch. Yeah,
And is that without
so
systemd?
yeah, this is the one
Okay,
without this.
bingo.
So this is really cool, and actually 15.0 fixed a lot of my issues with running Alpine in jails. I don't know what changed exactly, but I had some weird FD errors before when I was trying to make ZSH and things like that work, but now it just works fine. It's all good. Like I'm
Fantastic.
I'm I'm using CSH here, and I installed a bunch of stuff. I installed Git. I installed a few things that I wanted to play around with, and they all work really, really well under Linuxulator. Um, so yeah, that's that. And lifecycle hooks are another thing that a couple of users had requested, but I couldn't kind of think about a prettier way to do this. So this is kind of messy, but hopefully most users don't require playing around with all of these. If you leave it at FreeBSD, you basically have to do nothing. Especially if you just want a VNet jail, it'll take care of it automatically. Like if it is not, if it's like a Linux jail, then you have to kind of specify. Since Alpine uses OpenRC, you can specify that in your startup script, so it runs without issues. And yeah, so that's mostly it for Linux jails and things like that. The whole thing is I waited for a while before I moved to 15.0 because I had this in my mind like, okay, like 14.3 is stable, it's been there for a while, so I'll just stick with that. But life was made a lot more complicated just because one of the biggest things was the fact that ZFS in 2.2.7, I think, which was there in 14.3, did not have JSON support for
Right.
yeah, and that was horrible because we had issues where we weren't able to detect mirrors and things like that properly, and now that's sorted. And I kind of rewrote the entire thing to use JSON outputs, and now we have shifted away from trying to support 14.03 because it's not worth it, because it takes too much time and it's not going to work as like how we want it to, and outputs are going to be very wildly different, and people use all sorts of ZFS setups. So that's that, and it's actually much faster now somehow. Who would have thought?
Which
So
aspects are faster?
I think me passing it for things like statistics,
Oh,
whereas
for
like
the ZFS output?
yeah, the ZFS output, yeah.
Great.
Yeah, so that's that. I think they like wrote it in like they didn't use anything that is available. Like I think Lebex or something like that. They just built everything from scratch. Maybe
Hmm.
I didn't look at the code yet, but I think it is that way because they didn't do it for all outputs, but they thankfully did it for the things that I needed for jails and VMs and things like that. Which is
Fantastic.
so that's that. And yeah, so any questions so far?
Keep it coming.
It looks very impressive. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. And if you guys have like some applications that you would run inside Linux jails, like examples of a few, because whatever I think about, it's either available in FreeBSD or it runs really well under Linuxulator. So anything that doesn't involve like GUIs, I think we could try out inside the Linux jails. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I know it's somewhat broken in some areas. Like I couldn't get ZSH working on 14.3. I don't know why. It is really weird,
Couldn't
but
get what working?
ZSH.
Oh, right. Okay, interesting. Um, what was the other
It was
one?
Yeah, because when I set up a new server, the first thing I do is install ZSH or Z shell or whatever it is called. And when that broke, I was like, okay, maybe this is not ready for prime time yet. So I kind of procrastinated on that. But then out of chance, because another thing is, this is a funny story. I didn't really want to move to 15.0 because the release notes didn't mention that they'd be using ZFS 2.4. It was mentioned that it would use
Buried the
2.
lead.
Yeah, so I was like, what's the point? It's still so old. Like, why would I support that just because other things are moving and we don't really need it. Users still will be on 14.3 for a while, so let me just push it back. But then I realized, okay, the release notes had a mistake, and they fixed it really quickly yesterday, I think.
Hmm.
Which is, but for a while it was like that. So it kind of messed with my head, which is cool, which is funny. So yeah, and another thing, this terminal that you see here is no longer using JavaScript. It's using a WebAssembly compiled. It's very fancy version of Ghosty. I'm not sure if you guys heard about it. I didn't till like
I read
two.
the Hacker News
Yeah,
article
that's
that they transcompiled extern to JavaScript button wrapper, and
so
then so this
yeah,
is transpiling the terminal emulation of Xterm to WASM and wrapping it with a JavaScript API.
Yeah. It was really cool. I actually tried it out, seeing a Hacker News post yesterday, and it has been really smooth. It supports a lot of internationalization stuff, and I'm really happy with it. It's much faster, and it actually fits in the UI. There's no like cutoff here or something like that, and that's really nice. So I'm very happy with this. So yeah, and I think people would enjoy using this more because it's a canvas, it's a proper canvas, it's not like a text input or something like that. So that's that. So
Does
any
that
question?
also mean that copy and paste no longer works?
No, it does work. It does work. Let me try it
Oh,
out.
nice.
I don't
Yeah,
know how they made it.
that's
It's like insane, but it it works. It even copies the Unicode stuff. Let me just.
that's been a nightmare on TrueNAS.
Oh yeah, this is really cool. Like this is insane.
Ah,
And the thing is, since Ghosty has been out for a while, they don't have to kind of regression test or things like that. It's just being not recompiled. I think what is it called when you port something to WASM? So WebAssembly is really fast. It's really cool. I'm really happy with it. Actually, I think we are one of the first projects that started using this. It's really funny, but
nice.
because project. So yeah. So we'll probably replace this terminal as well because this is still using the old one, and we'll probably change the position from here. But yeah. So since I was working on jails, I did this first over here. So that's that. Yeah. So that's about it. And yeah, I actually had a bunch of questions because I was having so much trouble with jails. But I think 2 days ago I updated to 15.0, and all my problems just
And
magically
they
went
went
away.
away. Oh, that's fantastic. That is.
I think the DHCP issue that Jan was talking about, I had the exact same issue. I asked DSH about it as well, and I still had it. It is kind of weird, but I a couple of reboots later, it just stopped happening. And I did exactly the same thing that he mentioned, which was to I think in the conf, what is it called? Mm. The DHCP stuff. Wait 1 second here. Now all these script and hooks are in their own sh file, so I don't have to pollute the jailconf file. Is that I think it's in pre-start maybe. Yeah. So I add the bridge like this to the jail if it uses any, and okay, I think it's in this one that we had the DHCP stuff. Let me just yeah, 2.2.207. So if I look at the RC conf here, this is what I was doing, sync DHCP. But for some reason, I had a lot of trouble getting this right. Like sometimes it would work, sometimes it would just hang for like 30 seconds, saying it can't find a route or something like that. And it was painful, but all of a sudden it just, started working. And I didn't get any meaningful logs either. And another thing that I wanted to see was like, if I wanted to debug something or if I wanted to see like what is happening underneath, is this like the idiomatic way where we just give this console log here? Are there no other logs? Like, excuse me, no other logs which we could, kind of take a look at?
Well, the jail command itself writes to standard output and standard error, depending on if it's an error or just standard output. You can run the jail command with the verbose flag to have it echo all the commands it will run, and the state transitions and so on.
Yeah, those looked actually. I actually tried that. I tried verbose stuff, but the thing is, it doesn't look broken. It just looks stuck. Like it will get stuck there for like 30 seconds, exactly 30 seconds, and then it'll go ahead with the
That sounds
regular.
like route timeout.
Yeah, route timeout. Yeah,
Is your interface up?
it was because my interface is up
Because
because of the restart script.
I think the default route delay is pretty much 30 seconds plus a bit of overhead. So if your bridge is up, but there is no DHCP server on it, that would perfectly line up with a 30-second boot delay.
Okay.
The DHCP service is unreachable, either because it's not connected to the bridge is down, whatever.
Mm-hmm. No, but the
And
weird thing is, the bridge is connected to a couple of VMs, a couple of jails that are already running. So, and it's connected to my home router actually. So it's always up. And the other thing is, yeah, the same bridge is being used multiple places. And funnily enough, if I boot up and I come to shell and I type in DH client, it just works fine. It gets a lease in like what, 1 or 2 seconds, at most 1 or 2 seconds, which is really weird. But the thing is, now if I stop and start it, I'll probably get. Wait, I'll show you the logs that I saw. I don't even have those logs anymore because I haven't seen that since today morning. But I had it all the way through yesterday. And the only thing I played around with was what's it called the RC conf. I tried sync DHCP. I tried DHCP alone, and DHCP alone really does not work. I don't know what that flag is meant to do, but it does not work at all. And it didn't even work on my regular machine, the normal DHCP flag, when I was using IPv6.
So the one thing you could try is that if you go back to your jail conf, yep, it's the actual jail conf itself. Yeah, these are just it just runs RC, which is a shell script, and you can add a sh-x -x to the front of it.
oh, that will drown you in noise, but okay.
Yeah, it'll give you a lot of noise, but you may see where it's actually hanging for that. So it's what is it? It's start script or something. I forget what it is.
If you run the etcrc script with -x, you get a lot of traffic.
Yeah. So the two things I would do here is I would run that, and I would have TCP dump running on the host to capture stuff. So what I'm expecting to see is that the interface comes up, it waits for something, and then finally you start to see traffic on the interface, and all of a sudden it works. And the question is figuring out which end is the problem. Is it the bridge side that's not passing traffic somewhere, or is it the script side that is doing something unexpected?
Okay, so wait, is that gonna let us, to the problems we had with like regular DHCP as well, not just sync?
Yeah,
regular DHCP can't work. So the just
try that.
DHCP can't work in a jail because it relies on devd to trigger the DHCP client.
So if I
That
give
will
DHCP,
never work in a jail.
it won't work in a jail.
No, because the way it's written is that if you don't have sync in there, the rc.d script, the netif script will not directly start with DHCP client, but will wait for the devd hot plug event daemon to notify the PC ether script, which will eventually call the DHCP client rc.d script. And that will not happen in a jail because the jail can't have its own devd daemon. So the notification is never delivered to anything inside the jail. The host sees it doesn't have an interface, doesn't do anything with it. The jail can't run the daemon because you can have only one running on the whole system. So it just never gets the notification. But just use sync DHCP in jails, it's fine.
That makes sense. But then I would have to, figure out a way to reproduce this. I was still using DHCP. Now I probably got an address. Yeah, now it works fine. I'm not sure. You have to kind of figure this out because for like 2-3 days, I think it was the same thing, and it's weird. But when it works really well. When it doesn't, it really does not. I don't know why. So what was the thing that you mentioned to get verbose logs again?
He mentioned a -x flag. So like, for example, you can put a set -x at the top of your rc.conf and get all the output you can ever imagine. But in this, you can do it selectively, perhaps by each RC script.
So what you can do, take a look at your jail.conf. What is your exec.start?
Oh, it's something inside the jail. So
Yeah. Oh, there's something else you can do here to simplify it a bit. Instead of running it as a sub-process, it's slightly more efficient to source that into your current shell. So if you, instead of running it as a command, which requires this also to be executable, you just put a dot in front, and then the path, the current shell will slurp in the file.
okay, so wait 1 second. Is it like this? Like this?
Yeah. No, not in the jail.conf.
Oh, in the jail.conf, okay.
There you have to do it with sh.
Yeah, because there's nothing else, right?
But here, where you when you run a single shell script, you can just read it into the current shell by putting a dot in front. Then you won't fork a sub-process.
Wait, I didn't get you. Like how here, like this?
Dot, yeah, like that. Dot is a
Okay.
built-in command.
Okay, what does this do again? I didn't get you.
It's the equivalent of the built-in function source, which reads that file as source code into the current shell.
Okay.
It's basically as if you type in the content of that into the shell.
It just
okay.
slurps it in.
I got it. Because then you wouldn't need to make it executable and things like that, right? Okay. Makes sense. Okay. Does this have any side effects if I use like a shebang inside the script or things like that?
The shebang is not processed because it's a comment then.
Okay.
You can still have a shebang, it doesn't hurt.
Okay.
It's just that it's meaningless if you do it like that.
Okay. So yeah.
So if you want to use the shebang to set some shell flags, you would have to use set. And again, it's only an optimization. In most cases, it's not required for correctness.
Okay. We got something from DCH here. RC. Okay, something before RC. So let's try that. Yeah, set text. So mentioned -x. This is it.
Wait. Yep.
Yeah. So let's stop. It'll all go to the like console log, or where does it go to?
Yeah, should go to the either standard out, or if you have the console file, it should go to the console file.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything in the console though.
Can you run the jail command on its own on the command line on the host?
Got it here. Got it here.
Jail-c. Yeah, there you see tons and tons of text. Every command substitution the shell does is logged.
I think because I'm not reloading this quite as much like before. Yep. Okay, this is a lot. Excuse me.
Yes, you're seeing everything now. This is probably not what you want.
Yeah. So what would I do with the like how many lines is what is the command head?
Thousands.
WC.
Double.
Nice. At least it's fast. So I'll play with that, I guess. But the thing is, I can't reproduce it anymore. It just went away like magic. Can it be something in my network that was causing and not causing that issue anymore? But the thing is, my network didn't change.
Yeah, my guess is there'll be something like some layer 2 thing that isn't being propagated, and that's sort of the reason for running TCP dump on one side on the bridge and this on the other side, and hopefully we will see something informative.
Okay.
Yeah. What you could do to try and trigger it now is use ARP to remove the entries for the epair and then see if you still have the same timeout again.
Okay.
If you want to force the timeout, take down the bridge interface if it doesn't disconnect the host from you.
It will probably disconnect the host from you, but I can reboot the machine though. Is that good
I
enough?
mean, the other thing you could do is you just bring down the bridge interface. Sorry, not the bridge interface, the epair interface.
Okay.
The bridge member. If you bring that down, it should also. Although the guest might detect that because it also brings down the epair, and then it may give up immediately.
Mm-hmm. No, right now I make the epairs like on Sylve startup, and if it's not there, I think I on the bridge, I mean,
Yes,
attach it to there.
you could
So
create a second bridge with only that jail on it and no DHCP server. That would cause the error to always appear. That you will never
yeah,
get a valid
that makes
DHCP
sense, right?
release.
Yeah. But that is expected behavior, right?
Yes, that if you don't get a DHCP release, it's expected to hang for about half a minute and then give up.
Okay. And we could try that. There is some switch here. Yeah, there is LAN, so we'll just use that. We just give some. Not gonna break on demo names. Okay. Okay. So now we have this here. We have an error. What is the error? Device is already a member of another bridge. Why is that the case?
Sorry, can you repeat that question?
No.
It's reading
There's
the
an
error.
yeah. 1 second, because it's trying to make I think the same name, right? Twice. That's what I saw. I think. A on B. Where is this used? I think I know what's the issue because I'm using the network IDs, right, as an identifier in the namespace. So what happens is if there's a member with the same name that was created before, it causes issues. Okay, it should be easily solvable. Let me just.
But if you need to remember for example, a jail name, I do it in a group. I assign epair to a group with the same name as the jail.
I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
It's not a question. If you need to name something on the interface to have a way to filter, for example, which interfaces belong to a certain jail. If you use ifconfig interface name -g, you can, I think you can assign it to a group. And what I do with my jails is that I assign epair part that is on the host to a group that has the same name as the jail.
Okay. Yeah, I get it. Like, I think we do that for VMs already. Like, we put it into that group, or we put give it a description or something like that. We don't have any VMs running. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Here it is. You can see the description here, right, for bridges. I think we can do that for epairs as well. Hold the command to destroy it. Thing again. Why does it not exist? Okay, this is so confusing. I'm gonna have to figure this out. What does this mean? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes,
Yeah. Bridge add
you see
B.
the Sylve
Yes,
web
it
interface.
says this interface, right? Like this one is used in some other jail and or some other place, some other bridge, I think, and I cannot use it again. But I'm not using it again. I'm trying to destroy this one.
Pipe, so can you pipe the output of ls into less and filter for the, so it isn't, so it's already a bridge member
Yeah.
because it's in a member line,
Mm-hmm.
which means it's part of some bridge.
Yeah, the
And
A
you,
part.
a
Right? I'm trying to
interface
assign.
can only be a member of one bridge at a time.
No, but I'm trying to assign this on a different. Oh, okay.
And you
It's
first
a.
have to remove it from the current bridge. You cannot just assign it to a new bridge. You have to remove it from the old, and then it's a normal interface, and then you can assign it to a bridge again.
Wait, let me just try stopping all the jails. Maybe then it goes away. No. Who's using this now? AAA DC. Let me just search for that here. Okay, so this is what I actually do. So, where would we have an issue? Okay, so in pre-start, right? Like, this must be the issue. When I'm trying to add this member to the bridge. Is there a like fallback command I can use maybe where if it's already a member I don't do this, but that should work with this, right?
You can pass the output of the ifconfig command. It tells you an error message written to standard error. That's the best you can do, I'm afraid, with shell scripting.
Okay. So if I can you put the command in chat maybe?
Give me a second.
Because I felt when I wrote this it was dirty. Now it just came in between.
So on FreeBSD 15, thanks to the new X error interface, which is still not properly documented in the man pages, I have to say, you now get the following fairly nice output from the bridge command if you try to add an interface again.
Yes. I just got that exactly as it is.
On 14, the output is less nice. I think that's just bridge, and then it does not give you the extended part. It ends with file exists.
Yeah. No, I got the nice error message now, which is cool. I got the extended one.
And the kind of trick is do a command substitution with backticks in the shell script, redirect standard error to standard out, and you do a match against the literal error message you expect. You know the interface name you're trying to add, so you know what error value you expect in this case if it's not working.
What is the error? Okay, you're talking about this error, right?
Yeah, if you get that error message, you just assign a variable with the command expansion. So you do output equals backtick, whatever, backtick, the ifconfig invocation. And then you check the error code. And if the error code is non-zero and the output buffer, it's ugly shell scripting, but it works reliably once you do it.
We'll just do this magic right now.
That's not magic. That's just
It's just
hiding
stupid.
errors.
Yeah. But it should work. Why does it not work? Restart sh again. What is the issue? Let me just try commenting this out, maybe. See if it starts at least. Yeah, okay, now it starts. So there is something still wrong here. It is bin not true there. Oh, it is not. Is it S-bin? Oh, damn. Let me just do this. Okay, now we are here. And let's see. No, we still got the IP, which is not what we wanted. Is there some specific exit code where it says, okay, this is already a member, or is it just all same thing? Hello?
Yes?
You had a question
Yeah.
about an exit code for that. Should you watch
There's
for one?
no designated exit code to encode that. It's all exit code 1. You really have to pass the standard error output. It's ugly. It is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. And yeah,
That's-
another question in this direction, like this will always be in English, right?
Hopefully. If
Because
someone ever translates that, good luck.
Sorry?
I guess you can set the locale to C if you want. LC all equals C if you want to be very sure that there, even in the future, if in FreeBSD 16 someone adds translations for that, that you won't get the translated version.
Have
But
you
if you're
seen
running,
translated error messages and utility output?
no,
Not
but
at this project that I have,
theoretically
in
it
some
could
other
happen in the
projects.
future if someone is motivated enough to add internationalization support, right? Linux has done it. macOS
Have
has done
they?
it to a degree.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
I've
suddenly
worked with before on Linux,
commands
so.
start talking to you in random languages if you're on someone else's computer.
Hmm.
Supposedly it's a feature.
Well,
Yep.
I admire your patriotism. That's not a bad thing.
So that's I think that's it for my demo. Any questions for me?
As always, how can we help?
Actually, I think we'll be ready to test stuff soon enough, because as you saw, like I really need to test with somebody who's not myself.
Right, right.
So yeah, I think I'll put some testing branch for now. I'm not gonna merge this with masters because I just realized a lot of people kind of work on it now, and I mentioned specifically don't do it.
Well, I mean, don't put it out there if you don't want people to look at it. But do you have a pathway for packaging? Looking at you, DCH, who may have offered to help.
Oh yeah, he has offered to help, and it's just me being the blocker now. And then
No, no worries. Well,
yeah,
that
awesome.
is a good place to be in.
Yeah, I played around with Podman like in my free time, whatever I have in the last few weeks, and I'm so happy with it. And not just FreeBSD Podman, I always was into Docker, but Podman is really nice. Being rootless, at least on Linux, is cool, and it's going to be a nice addition if we get that into Sylve soon enough. And since I have a lot of the jail stuff done already, I feel like it shouldn't be too hard. It's just that the UI should be good enough. And Proxmox's new container stuff is really bad, so that's good for us.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, that's a big headline there. Quite proud about it, but I hadn't heard any feedback to date until now.
So I think it'll be better if
Huh.
we would kind of UX approach to it, because the whole point of using containers is to make things simpler. If it's more difficult, it's not fun anymore.
Interesting.
So
That is the
so yeah.
spirit. Well, keep up the good work. That is very exciting. I've been taking notes more or less as we're going. Oh, to answer your question, you were asking about Linux userland-based tools. So frequently, me and colleagues bring up, say, LibreNMS and ZoneMinder and perhaps Zabbix, because there are some pretty good turnkey VM images, but I don't know if those have the same hooks to be, say, Docker images, etc. But having a jail pop up with those would be quite handy.
I've heard of Zabbix before. What is ZoneMinder and
ZoneMinder is a surveillance video platform such that you aim all your cameras at it and it can do some, I believe, even now basic AI detecting a cat versus a cat burglar. And it's it's quite popular. There's so many proprietary, what are they, DVRs, NVRs, whatever, but that one stands out. And LibreNMS is a bit like Zabbix, and I believe Dan can elaborate on the value of LibreNMS and similar packages.
Yeah, I use it at home and I use it at work. I like it a lot. I did use ZenMinder for a while, but then I decided not to go ahead with cameras.
So you have nothing video-based in your ecosystem at this time?
No, all the video here goes off to another provider.
Alrighty. So any other similar appliances that people find handy and can't help but notice keep getting Linux-isms? And I'll throw Calibora on the list because apparently they keep adding Linux-isms that slow down FreeBSD usage. And here's a thought for you. What would it take to have a script to convert, for lack of a better term, Docker images from Linux to just the basic hooks on FreeBSD container images? Just say, hey, aim here, do a best effort attempt. Have a nice day.
Podman run, just Podman run will do all of that.
But that assumes that the commands you run are not distro or Linux specific. And normally they are. It will be something like, I don't know, DNF or APK or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
No, but if you use Podman run to pull a pre-existing Linux container, then inside that container, so long as it respects whatever FreeBSD Linux related API that we support, so long as it complies with that, most of that stuff will work. Anything that wants GPU type interaction, that's problematic, I guess. Any sort of other device specific stuff, but you don't need to convert the file system or anything like that. Just go Podman run, and the OCI container spec says, here's how Podman unpacks these files and runs them. Yeah, and all the usual caveats to Linux jails applies. If it wants PID1, then it can't have it. If it needs specific file systems mounted, you may need to add them. But
well, our resident fly on the wall, Jamie, might have a little patch from a decade or two ago about the PID1 handling.
Yeah, I think this is the one that
he might eventually.
It's complicated. Yeah.
And we thank him for it. Dave, welcome. Do you have any news to share?
Nothing
15
new.
related. Congratulations.
We've done 15 now, so I'll run it to the obligatory day and then go back to current, I guess, adding stuff there. I had a question that I put in yesterday, but I think maybe people already talked about it, which was, what did you need for DHCP and jails?
Oh, that was you?
Sounds like we covered it.
I wasn't sure if that was Jan or not, but it got slightly elaborated on. Did you get it worked out, or do you still have questions? And does it relate to Hizam's?
It's from Hizam, so
the timeouts. Oh, so that was from Hizam. Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Having debugged this earlier, are you in a better place, Hizam?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
Did you get your DHCP issues resolved? It sounds like this was relayed from you to DCH to the doc. Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
I don't know how it got fixed. It just got fixed.
The magic of 15, just sprinkled 15 dust on it and it's working.
It totally sounds like networking, doesn't it?
So, other ideas, questions, discoveries in 15. Yes, please.
this is not really a
Bring it on.
issue. Okay, so Node.js does not work under Linux later, right?
I confess I haven't tried it.
I haven't tried, but it's supposed to work natively.
Yeah, it's supposed to work natively, that's for sure. But I was just trying it out, and it just gets stuck. Like, wait, if you want, I can share my screen again.
Sure. And
So
is
I've
that
been
under 14 or
using
15?
I'm on 15, yeah.
Okay.
so
I
I've
take
been
back what I
using
said about the 15 dust.
Node-based apps in production on like a CI type situation. We would notice they would freeze maybe 1 in 10, 15 times. You can see that there's a footex that gets locked up on all threads and then it dies. But generally Node will work, and
Lol.
in
This is
most
what I
cases I
get
would use it
actually.
from base.
Here, I just get stuck in this place, like it just gets hung. But if I
We
try
don't see
the
your screen
version,
yet, but we're all ears.
I do.
can you see it now?
Not yet.
Yeah, I can see
Unless
it.
oh, new tab. Yeah, thank you, Zoom. New interface. Yay. Okay.
So if I just run the version flag, I get the
Mhm.
version just fine. But then this just gets hung, and it's not much. It's just hello world.
Hmm.
And this was the same thing on 14 dot whatever, because I tried it there as well, because most of my Docker containers actually are just Node.js apps. So
Could you throw truss in front of it to see what it's doing? It may be captive, but
Oh, it's a root thing. So, and it's not
okay.
something you can run. So you want to run the Node app
here,
there, and then as root on the
Mhm.
host, you need to run truss on whatever the Node process is.
Yeah. So kick it off. Look for the process. Run. Was it truss dash S or
grep
P?
node.
Yep.
This one, right? Okay. So what is the command? Truss.
2 S's. Yep.
-p.
Dash P for the pit, I guess.
Okay.
Yes, and then the
Like this?
PID. Yep.
Okay.
There you
We
go.
got it.
Cannot allocate memory.
Okay.
Any questions?
Wait a second. Try to allow the jail to wire down memory.
Okay, how do we
You
do
mean
that?
mlock? We're
Yes,
talking about mlock.
Allow.mlock or something.
The conf, right?
You can just do it.
With the jail
Jail
command?
dash
Can we?
jail dash m.
And do you enforce any memory limits on the jail?
I don't think so, honestly.
Either with hierarchical resource limits or
I don't remember exactly.
RCTL-L?
No, we don't. Okay, what was the command again? Jail dash?
Dash N.
Dash M, okay.
And then or just edit the config file, that's easier.
Okay, yeah, okay.
And say allow.mlog equals true.
Okay. Allow mlog or
And you may also want to set a security.bsd.unprivileged mlog.
Wait.
Just as
Is this a flag that we can actually mlock? Okay, yeah. I've seen this.
So that should default to true, but you can either just set it like that or you set it explicitly to true. Both works. It's just convention, whatever you like. Same thing after parser's done with it. Just in case that the futex has to be wired.
What is it?
Make it happen. I remember seeing problems with Java one times wanting to wire the heap and stuff. So mlock stuff in place, and then is there or is there a limit on the number of futexes you can have? Okay, grab futex.
Wait, let me just see if it's the same error we are seeing now. I mean, not the log. Yep, the same thing.
Yeah, okay. Why? What did it do with that?
And I'm
Could
pretty
that
sure this is not
be
my
a
machine
problem
either,
with
because same thing happens on
read-write mapping? I can't decode the Linux options from the top of my head, but the Linux mremap system call, and Linux, just stop it so that we can have a look. Linux mremap is the system call. So what are the values for the options? I wonder if it's trying to do something, because why would remapping memory fail? Unless it's trying some combination which is not supported. I wonder if it's trying to create a read-write execute mapping or something stupid like that. So the first must be the, wait, that's the size. That size looks a bit large.
What do we see?
Wait, is it trying to map the 0 address? Could that be the issue? Can you go to that?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll just paste this into.
Oh, wait a second. Just a stupid idea. Can you set this sysctl to 1? It's only an idea.
Okay.
And try again.
Let me just try the PS output.
Might need
Same
to,
error.
does he need to restart the jail?
Yeah, we could do that.
Boot size news. Boot size. Okay.
Should we try maybe a different version of Node?
Yep, we can. Okay.
Node. Let's see. Where do we get muscle binaries now? Let's try something old, maybe.
I would, I don't know if you've heard of this program, and it's just the letter N that you can manage a node with.
Oh, you're talking about NVM, right? Yeah, I
No,
don't
no,
know.
just N, just N. So Node.js, yeah.
One?
Yeah, tiny node management. You just type in N. Yeah, so you can do npm install.
No, but we don't have NPM, right?
All right, but you can also install it as a script on its own.
Okay. Is it written in JavaScript? Okay, it's written in shell, which is good. Okay.
Yeah, so like it's right there. Like if you don't need, if you go, yeah.
We don't have bash. Let's have bash. Does it have something other than bash?
Yeah,
Or we
yeah.
can
So if
just
you look
the
at,
download. Okay. I. We don't have this. Okay, did we lose it? Nice, we lost it. Okay, we have n. No, it needs bash. Let's add bash. Okay.
So you can do N, and then you can do LTS or a specific version number.
And
You do
okay. Can we do a specific? Okay, we'll do a specific version maybe. Okay, 16.
Yeah, you don't even need I, but
Okay.
so yeah, it grabs it all for you.
Okay. Oh, I think it's not gonna work for muscle. No. Okay, new is here. Let's just try. No, I think it's not compiled for muscle. It's compiled for glibc probably. Can we pick? Let's see. Somebody must have asked. Oh, okay, it's in the README. Nice. This is there. They
You
don't
got
have it.
you got the V in front of it.
Okay. Maybe they don't have that version for muscle maybe. Let's try a little bit newer one. Let's try this. Okay, we need unofficial node mirror maybe. Let's try that. Oh, nice. Okay. Nice. So this is something that's broken with Node, I think.
Yeah, it looks like some problem in the node. Maybe it's just not compatible with the Linux later.
So the thing is, 24 doesn't work. Let's see 20. Let's see this. Because 16 is really old. 16, I think, is not even LTS anymore. But I think
Maybe
20.
Did you install the 20 something from this?
No, I installed the 16. Now let's try the 20 now.
Yeah. No, let's try the latest one from this repo.
Yeah. Okay, it's here, I think.
It should map it back as primary, but
It's either really big or my internet is really slow. That's weird. Why is it not completing?
Hit Control C, hit enter.
Okay, it's just stuck at copying. Where does it initially go to? We can just run it from there. Okay, so this is getting stuck. This is exactly like the one we saw before. And we will probably work. Yeah. So it's from 20, it's just broken. Let's see 19. I wonder what calls it is making to make it break that bad. Okay, I think this is broken as well because it won't complete. Okay. That's also broken. Okay, so at least know it's something related to Node now. It's not, yeah. Okay, I think this is something to be done there. Because should I open a PR for this, or this is not related to us? How do we figure that out?
So we think it's either incomplete emulation or it's a node problem or somewhere in between.
No, I think it's not a node problem. I think it's an incomplete emulation problem because you know, we can't really expect people to change things for Linux later, right?
The Linux later, to be worthy of its name, has to correctly emulate what it implements.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Or you can't tell people, hey, implement this correct. No, it doesn't work.
Well, let's do a quick search of that error. And Linux FreeBSD. So I'll do a quick try of that. But at least we help narrow it down. Okay. I see a forum post. Wine sometimes cannot allocate memory. Maybe that's not it. Let's see. Other topics, questions, discoveries. You're on a roll, Hazam. Let's take care of all your open issues.
I've written a little jail.conf which actually fetches the base packages, decompresses them locally, and creates a new repository and snapshots that with DFS.
Where does that exist?
Right now on my lab machine.
So we have to break into your apartment.
No, I will have to just put it on GitHub Gist or something.
Okay.
So I just showed the output if nothing changed.
Oh, I see. There we go.
Into the chat.
Yep, I see it. Put it in the doc.
So yeah, it puts a yellow diamond in front of something failed, or a red X if sorry, red diamond if something, orange diamond if something changed, and a red X if something failed. And yeah, it runs in 37 milliseconds if everything is fine. And so you can then depend in another jail.conf on that, clone the repository, and yeah, be happy. The idea is that this would make it a lot easier to deal with thick jails, because then you don't have to fetch and decompress the base packages for every jail.
Did you say executable jail.conf?
No.
Okay, just seeing if you're advocating for that technology.
Yeah.
I think for
Yes,
15 we have a whole package-basey stuff in a single tarball. I think we
yeah,
do.
we still have the tarball support. I think Robert.
Yeah, all the packages inside it, so you can do exactly that jump go with Podman. Not with Podman, with package base. Let me have a look.
Yeah, we do have the tarball, but the tarball doesn't allow clean subsetting.
It's not the.
To have. We have that. Oh, right. We may have the distribution set with just the package repository, but that won't get updated with patches. For patch level 0, that's fine. The release MD64 15. No, that's a base dot. Nope. I don't think so. The tarballs created, there's no tarball of the package base repository as far as I can tell. And it wouldn't get updated, so you would start every new jail from an unpatched base. So if I can grab the screen share for a second. Let's put that down to a resolution others can also read without having a 4K screen. So this is how it looks. This is what I get if everything was up. Now destroy. And now we get all the change notifications, creates the CFS datasets, creates /etc, copies etc resolve conf, creates etc pkg, creates these directories, adds the base repository configuration, adds the keys, creates that directory, even if it's not really needed, adds a minimal etc master password, indexes that. Tar is a bit unhappy because it wants to do translation but can't. Doesn't matter, it works. Copies the root CA list, and then it fetches the metadata of the repository and starts downloading packages. So if we now do it. We just download that all. Once it has downloaded everything, it will move the packages with the .est suffix and then decompress them so that you have the compression in ZFS instead of in the file, which is a lot faster, even if it's slightly more space. For the big packages, you can see it decompressing them because the decompression in the package utility is single-threaded. So if you do a ZSCD decompression, that dominates the initial install time. And now with everything done, it runs in a fraction of a second again.
Well then. Hizam, keep up the good work. I'm so glad we possibly traced down a few things there, be it DHCP, be it Linux compat, all things networking. Anything else or quit while we're ahead?
That's it from my side.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, thanks everyone.
Yeah, as our one person with video, DCH, could you kindly do the honors?
Thanks, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Excellent. And hopefully we'll come up with a catchy, more closer to home version of that. Anyway, thank you, everyone. Great work. Happy holidays. It'll be a bit bumpy on the upcoming calls, but I'll do my best to attend. And I wish you well. And
Thanks
do
a lot,
please,
everybody.
Yep.
yeah, and
Happy
do please
release.
look at that doc from the foundation. I love the fact that they're reaching out like that.
Yeah, now they should make it available to the relevant parties and not do it. Oh, it was like behind the closet in Alpha Centauri.
It's more
What?
open than ever. It's not in
It
the
is.
drawer below the tiger in the whatever cabinet.
Exactly.
It's let's thank them for their openness. Take care all.